Let's begin with an introduction to Exchange Online, just to kind of kick off this course in this module here. Really, it's just nothing more than an email service that you've been working with on-prem. Has all the same features and functionality of your Exchange on-prem version. But what the difference is location. Location, location, location. Instead of this being stored on-prem, this is actually stored up in a secure cloud in the internet, specifically Office 365. And to access it, it's very easy. You can use your client Outlook, so the application that you already have installed on your desktop, or you can use a browser. So there's a couple ways for us to access that, and that leads us into our advantages of using Exchange Online. First off, you can access it anywhere, anytime, not just email, but your contacts as well as your calendar. Because if I'm remote, I don't have to worry about VPNing into my company to be able to access my email or my contacts or my calendar. Instead, I just use a browser and it gives me the anytime, anywhere access. Also, we can have 50 gigabytes of unlimited mailbox size per user, but that size depends on the type of plan that you've subscribed to with Office 365. Fully compatible with your Office Outlook. I already mentioned you can use this with the client already installed on your desktop. It provides antivirus and anti-spam filtering as part of the service. You don't need to worry about installing extra software on your desktop. It's configurable for the type of email notifications that you want to receive. And it's also configurable for a hybrid solution. So if you want some email services left on-prem and some in the cloud, you can do so by creating a hybrid approach. Now, why would I want a hybrid approach? A staged migration. If you're getting ready to migrate to Office 365 or Exchange Online specifically, and you don't want to bring all of your 10,000 users over at once, you can create a hybrid environment and you can bring over users in groups instead of bringing over all 10,000 users at one time. Let's go ahead and look at where we manage this environment. And we're going to do this by taking the Exchange Online Admin Center for a test drive. And this will get you comfortable with the different components involved with the Exchange Online Admin Center, what components you're going to find in security and compliance, and what components that are related to Exchange Online that you'll find within the Office 365 Admin Center. Well, here we are in the Office 365 Admin Center. I've simply logged into my portal here, and I've gone to the Office 365 Admin Center. And you can see from in here, we have our users inside of there. We can manage our active users as well as our contacts. So that's one area you may be working with when you're working with Exchange Online users. We have our groups in here, including shared mailboxes. We have our resources here, including rooms and equipment. We'll be talking more about that as well. And then we have some other options in here, including reports, usage, and security and compliance reports. We'll see a little bit more about that as well. And then we're going to go down to the admin centers, and then we're going to click on that. Then we're going to go down. You're going to see we have the Exchange Admin Center. And inside of here, you're going to see we have some options of recipients and permissions. You're going to see we have categories in the middle of the page as well. Compliance management as well as organization. We scroll down, we have protection and mail flow. We have mobile and public folders, and we have unified messaging and hybrid. And each one of those categories has additional options that we can choose to configure. If we click on compliance management, and you're going to see there's a big note in your face that says July 1st, 2017 would be a deadline for in-place e-discovery. But what I want to show you here, if I go to something like data loss prevention, you can now create a single DLP in the Office 365 Security and Compliance Center. So instead of creating a DLP for SharePoint, another one for Exchange, another one for OneDrive, we create one. And that's the idea I was mentioning, that we can do some things in Exchange Admin Center, we can do some things at the Office 365 Admin Center, and we can do some things like take advantage of all of the policies that we're creating across multiple services. We can also do that in the Compliance and Management Center. And to get there, we just go back to the Office 365 Admin Center. And we scroll down and we expand on the Admin Centers. And you're going to see down here we have Security and Compliance. And in here we have Data Loss Prevention, a policy for that. We scroll down under Threat Management. We have another policy for that. So you'll want to be smart with your time and consistent with the policies that you're creating. Instead of creating them at the service level, create them at the Office 365 admin level, so that way you can utilize them across multiple services. So we're going to be spending some time in these different interfaces as we continue on through the course, but I wanted to give this interface a test drive for you. So as we're talking about different components, you'll know where to find them, or at least be comfortable as to where to find them within Office 365. So in this module, we get to take a look and get a better understanding at Exchange Online as well as its advantages. We also took the Exchange Online Admin Center for a test drive. And while we were there, we took a look at some of the options that are not configured inside of Exchange Online Admin Center, but actually through security and compliance or through the Office 365 Admin Center. In our next module, we're going to take a look at mailbox migration considerations. Specifically, we have content on-prem and we want to move that to Office 365. What are our options? Let's find out.